Welcome to the extended. I'm just going to go ahead and read everything. If you are coming from YouTube, welcome. If you are from TikTok, welcome back. But other than that, we have the King of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, came out right on top. Card 21, ruled by Saturn, which is the planet that rules Capricorn, okay? Six of Wands, at the bottom of the deck is King of Swords. Then we have the Fool, ruled by Uranus. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the Devil, ruled by Capricorn. And then we have the Four of Wands. There's definitely something about a wish that you've made where you are being very, very, what is it called? Discerning. I guess there might be a better word for that. But truly, it feels like you're really, like, not nitpicking, but you are being so detail oriented without necessarily meaning to. I feel like this more is about the stage of the process that you are going through. And like I was saying in part one, this energy is because you have shown up. You have shown up even whilst you were being triggered. That was really coming through strongly. It's like you showed up and provided solutions for yourself, even when you literally didn't know what could possibly promote like positive improvements into this situation. And it's crazy because you've definitely been propelled into different experiences where people really, I am really getting this energy, and I don't know what it is lately, but like people just fucking, they just love you so much that they can't discern love from obsession and attachment and those wounds that they, sorry, I thought that there was a crack on my freaking camera, but it's actually a little feather. And I think that's so resonant with you is that you are so healing. You are so healing for some people. And when they don't do the work, they constantly are asking for your energy because it's like a fucking drug. Like they're literally deprived of like a spiritual concoction of chemicals. And you're literally the potion. You're the fucking elixir. And it's crazy because you still are facing situations where it's literally like, this is such an interesting energy. I will start pulling the clarifiers now just so that I can just go into flow state and not have to worry about that because I want to be very clear with you guys. This is a very intensely strong energy. And I totally thought, oh, this masculine energy is coming through from another person to another person. And I do feel like actually a lot of your guy friends especially really see you in such a respectable light. Like I feel like you've literally healed the woman archetype because of the way that you are for these masculines. And that is so healing for the masculine energy because it's not just about the father wounds, it's really about the mother wounds because of the polarity. You know, like being able to balance something that you know absolutely nothing about is really something that you teach people. And I'm not saying like you know all or that you know better. I'm really saying this is like literally you figure it out. And maybe you have younger siblings because I do sense an older sibling energy from you, or you have someone who is an older sibling that you're close to, or even have someone who's older than you. I would say about 4 to 8 years that maybe passed and is your guardian now because this definitely feels like you've matured so fucking beautifully. There is no other way for you to balance things out now if it wasn't for what you've experienced and therefore also what you're willing to face. That is one of the biggest things because especially with the World card being here, ruled by Saturn, and Capricorn card, the Devil. The Devil's like, you know, traditionally known to be about your temptations, you know, lust, like how you chain yourself down to the physical realm. And that's the thing about you is that they don't tie you down. You have untethered yourself from that ideology in its entirety because you understand the impermanence of everything, really. Your mental landscape is so much more healthier than it used to be. So there's really no need to kind of like, you know, that's kind of the energy that I get from my collective sometimes. It's like you guys are so hardworking that there needs to be a reward. Not because like, oh, I'm only doing this work because fuck that. No, it's literally like, bro, you need to reward yourself in different ways. Whether it's like, let's just say, for example, like I watch anime, like I like to reward myself by painting. And I literally did that today and it felt so good. And that's the thing about tapping into different practices that you did as a child. It's like you did it without even really thinking about it. Now You do things without even thinking about it because you practice it. So the tables have turned, okay? Thank you, confirmation. The tables have turned and things are clearing out for you so that this new, honestly, it's almost like an exhibit. This new exhibit that you are showcasing to people, this honestly, for a lot of you, requires silence. It requires silence from the observer because if they don't, they will not be able to pick up on the things that you have meticulously gathered. That's kind of what I'm getting. I'm also getting like you're garnering attention, but I'm going to just pull some clarifiers because this energy is very, very deep. It's very full of depth. We have the Ace of Wands. Four. King of Swords again. Interesting. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. So Ace of Wands ruled by the fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. King of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Eight of Wands. Beautiful. So first, I'm just going to go into this because we have the Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Someone's getting a new idea. Someone's getting a new idea. That's just what's coming through, really. Because what I'm getting is that you are understanding in your regality, your self-respect, you cannot willingly choose something. Like something that will sit in your gut, that will turn you topsy-turvy. You know, like you literally cannot sit with that anymore because it affects you on a biological, physiological level. Like it's crazy because you're so much more spiritually attuned than you used to be. So you are acclimating during this time. It's really crazy because that's kind of what I'm getting from the King of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands. The Ace of Wands, by the way, is also showing me like there's a lot of attention. There's a lot being toked right now. Like, I mean, like literally the fire is being poked so that more air can come in. And so therefore the flame can grow bigger. But you know, you need to have your fuel source. You need to have the wood, or you could even have oil. But I feel like really what I'm getting from you is like, you're like a oil lamp. It's beautiful. It's crafted with the most like purest material and it has the most high quality oil and it lasts so fucking long that it's actually crazy because you start to question like, did I even put in enough? And then it's like, wow, like this, it's not about if I put in enough. It's that this is going to last. This is going to last because the quality is there. So you can keep creating more. That's what I'm getting. But I do feel like for a lot of you guys, that won't be the case just because of the fact that I am kind of sensing like Six of Pentacle energy right now, but I'm just going to pull 4 more clarifiers since we have 8 cards here. And let me pull 4 for the clarifiers. Knight of Swords. Yeah, Knight of Swords is clarifying the Fool card, which is insane because I do feel like your ability to go through situations that maybe you, honestly, it's not even that you used to struggle with them, it's that you never thought that this would be something considered as a problem. That is crazy. So, oh, the Fool is clarifying the Knight of Wands. Interesting. We have the Strength card ruled by Leo clarifying the Devil. And then we have 4 of Cups, bottom of the deck energy with the fucking Emperor. Okay, cool. So we have the Devil as well, but this was the 4 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And I'm going to keep it like this for now because this is actually insane. I'm so funny because I'm like, oh, it's going to be a love reading. It's going to be like this, but it's not just about that. Okay? 4 of Wands being clarified by the Emperor is also crazy as fuck because literally the Emperor is ruled by Aries. The 4 of Wands is the 3rd decan of Aries, ruled by the 3rd decan of Aries. And so you have come into the accumulation of you being the pioneer, you being the one who, I mean, not necessarily calls the shots for everyone. It's really about like being the one who's more upfront, the one who like leads by example. I feel like there is this kind of impatience energy as well, not because you are necessarily impatient, but there are moments where it's like, damn, like I literally am wasting my fucking time waiting for these people to catch up to me. And I feel like that in itself was shadow work that you applied with your own life, with your own expression and experience. So you've moved through with a lot of grace. For some of you, you might still be experiencing this and just kind of like alchemizing it and transmutating it. You have a very good system in place. That is what the Emperor is showing me. The Emperor is the masculine divine, but it's also this archetype of being someone who has their own system, being that energy who's willing to fix and adjust things that don't work with each other, okay? Because there's this whole ass fucking like, there is every single component of it. There's backstage staff, there's light staff, there's production staff, there is like musicians, there's performers, there's just different components to it, okay? There's the like opener, there's the closer, like all of these things matter. But the thing about your space right now, like what I'm reading into at least, is very much so about honestly leaving everything behind because they just cannot go with you into this timeline that you have honestly just called into your life. Obviously, your soul decided to choose this lifetime, to live this life in this way. It was already decided, but not because indicative of the fact that you are someone who is capable of making your own choices. You are not controlled by your fate or destiny or whatever you want to call it. It's like literally, you have the free will, but you're not going to fuck it up. I promise you. You literally cannot fuck it up because genuinely, from these cards, I really do sense like in the past, you would have totally thought like, damn, I really fucked up. But it's like, you've learned it's not about the fact that you quote unquote made a mistake. It's like literally, how am I going to just show up moving forward? And that's the thing about you is like, you don't even view these things of the past as problems anymore because they just don't apply. And so when it comes back and it starts to try and trigger you, okay, like not even a sense of like, that's the purpose, but like sometimes these things show up and you're like, damn, like this used to bother me so much in the past and now it doesn't. King of Pentacles, the World card. And it's also insane because we have the King of Swords clarifying the Ace of Pentacles. Everything that you desire, everything that you are working on right now, as long as you are very clear with yourself what exactly it is for you. It's not about why, it's about what it actually is for you. Because for some of you, there are things that you've achieved in your life and people love to fucking praise you for this shit. But it's like, literally, you did not even do it for that. And that's what I mean. It's like you had a purpose. You had a purpose in this, like whatever this situation is that I'm reading into is like you've prevailed. You've shown not only the universe, but other universes. Like, I mean this as like a person-to-person thing too. Like we are all our own universe. We're all our own ecosystem. And you've shown and reprogrammed people on a subliminal level that change is, yes, inevitable, but truly a capacity that we are all capable of tapping into. This is your infinite potentiality showing itself to you. And maybe they're in small increments. That's kind of what I'm getting, because obviously it's not always like through the lessons. It's also through the gifts. The Fool card, the Knight of Wands, the Devil, and the Four of Wands. There's so much celebration that's coming in for you, whether it is a party that you're invited to. I am sensing like a house party or like just like a holiday party, something maybe just to celebrate. Someone invites you even though you're not that close. That's also something I'm getting. But the way that you approach it and the way that you even bring in a gift is going to be very significant too. So maybe even like the workplace, your boss kind of sees more potentiality in you, wants you to go to a networking just event, but it's really just like a fucking party. And so that's kind of the energy that I'm getting. We have the Knight of Swords clarifying the Fool. The Fool is ruled by Uranus. Uranus is already very airy. So there's something about your air element, your communication style, your tonality, your attitude, your thought process, your ability to inform yourself, your perception, in other words. So in other words, really connected to your senses. This information is no longer going to overload you because you're cutting clean so clearly that even if the wind is blowing against you, it has nothing. It has nothing on you. Like truly, it has nothing on you. And for the Fool card, again, to come out, to clarify the Knight of Wands, I really feel like you have learned when exactly it is that you reach your threshold. And the reason why I feel like this is important is because we are stepping into more and more of this fire horse energy. And that's why, like on the Lunar New Year day, and for honestly these next few days, it's important to not wear too much red because that'll signify the subliminal energy, the reverberation of too much fire, and that'll burn you out. And that's the thing, it's like this collective energy is so clearly understanding of yourself, understanding of how important rest is, understanding as an adult too. Like, I feel like for a lot of you guys, like in the past, you went into solitude and then you kind of, reintroduced yourself into society, and then you kind of built these connections. And it's funny because you've always been able to sense yourself to an extent every single time that you even walked away, distance yourself, and it made you realize, like, I need me to be present, because if not, these things outside of me more than happily will bring me along their journey, will totally suck me in. And that's not because it's their fault. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that their energy is just as strong as yours. And so therefore, if you do not present your strong presence, then yes, you will get sucked in because of the fact that you do have this effect on people, okay? That is such a clear confirmation for this message, because it's like, I can only say this to you because you've fucking experienced this shit. You've experienced people being so fucking magnetized to you that, like, you will literally walk around and they will follow. And that's the craziest thing, is that maybe you're not even, like, quote unquote famous or whatever. Like, it's literally fucking energy. Think about it. Don't even think about it, actually, because it's something so fucking real. So that's also why the strength card is clarifying the devil. It's like, you're very attractive in that seductive way. Like, you're seducing aura. You are you're essentially seductive in the sense of, like, you allure people. You have this mysterious quality, but you're also very expressive with the Leo energy. You're very expressive because you want to show people that they're capable too. There's something very humanitarian about your energy. I don't sense anything very, like, egoically prideful within this reading. It's crazy because we have the King of Swords twice. We have the King of Swords twice. We have a lot of masculine energy in this reading. And I don't feel like, I'm not saying that masculines are like this, but I'm saying, like, that is very significant, is that your work ethic shines through stronger than the product of the works that you have involved yourself in, because application continues to advance. That is what your energy is giving me, is that you do have, yes, the student mindset, of course, but really what I'm getting as well is, like, the researchers, this energy of wanting to, like, inquire and really dig deeply into, like, not the answer, but, like, the process of figuring out the answer. Like, what would resonate more? This method, this way, this avenue, this, like, place, this tradition, like, all these things are being applied in your life in such a beautiful way that I really do feel like your learning, your support system has come from you this whole entire time. And every single time that you pat yourself on the back, you continuously allow more and more abundance to come in. And in the forms of, yes, of course, the way that you desire, but really in the ways that you need. In the ways that you need. Because the desire is there. Like, the thing that you desire is there. But the way that you need it to show up is going to be different sometimes, not all the time. That's definitely what I'm getting. Not all the time. But it's, like, truly coming through as, like, you're going to be so aware of your gifts. It's not just that you're going to be gifted by the universe. You have a very good understanding of that. Definitely, because there's been some shit ass situations that, because, like, what I'm getting from this energy, from these cards right now, is, like, your fucking fortitude is astronomical. Like, your integrity, your fortitude, your resilience is so, like, unbreakable. And it's because it's not something built to be broken. It's something that is continuously flowing. It's something that is there for you when you truly need it. When you can call upon yourself like that, you are powerful. So I'm going to pull some Dragon Oracle cards, because I really do feel like the Dragon Wisdom, Dragon Protection is very strong around this collective. So I'm going to pull some cards for you guys in conclusion of this reading. Thank you so much, just on a side note, for joining me here on this platform. I really do appreciate all the support and all the love, and I personally am actually just very thrilled that you guys are enjoying this, because compersion. We have Temple of the Sun, bliss, water chalice, and expression. And then at the bottom is decision. So for some of you guys, this is really going to come in the forms of you enjoying things like taking yourself out on a date, on a day trip, okay? Like literally go out, bro. You need to spend 2 days, 1 night at least at a place that's maybe like 5 to 8 hours away from you. And that's kind of what I'm getting. That is going to be very significant. Sunbathing is also going to be really good for you if you can. If not, then honestly, just a warm bath. Okay, not just a shower, like a bath, like submerge yourself in this water if you have the resources. Highly recommend that. If not, then for a lot of you guys, you can definitely speak your prayers into your fucking water. It is listening, I promise you. The water element is very like, yeah, she's fucking listening, bruh. Like, I promise you. So that is the energy of the oracles that I'm getting. Something about the decision energy is also coming through, of like cutting through with clarity. Like, I mean this in a sense of like, maybe sometimes it's kind of hard in the moment to like decipher the kind of words that you want to say. So just like goddamn, just take a breath, because I promise you that will help so much. But if not, really allow yourself the space to consider certain qualities of what it is that you're talking about, what it is that matters to you, as well as like what you're continuously practicing as you move forward. Because I feel like the trajectory that you are currently moving towards, it's not that that kind of like way of talking or something or thinking isn't welcomed, but it's not going to thrive there. And I don't know where there is, but it's definitely going to be somewhere where you are going to be making a lot of decisions that affect a lot of people. And it actually might even be like, I'm kind of getting like retreat energy. Like maybe you host a retreat and you're kind of like running everything, and so really allow yourself to not be stressed out. Okay, that's like the biggest thing with this energy, is that try not to stress yourself out. Okay, because you have a lot of power in your presence. And I know that sometimes for some of you guys, at least, it's a little overwhelming. And then other times it's underwhelming. So let these experiences add to what it is that you are intentionalizing in your own like invocation. Like I feel like you're literally initiating yourself. Is that the word? Initiate? Yeah. You're initiating yourself into this timeline that you've set up for yourself. You know what I mean? Like you literally set yourself up for success. That is what this timeline is. That is what every lifetime is. But like I said, there's certain energy that you can really cleanse in the water and in the sun, and that is very accessible to you. So for the sunlight, maybe it could even be like orange, red, like vegetables and fruits. I'm sensing paprikas. And so, or sorry, I don't really know what it's called in English. Bell peppers aren't paprikas, or are they? Someone please clarify that in the comments, because that is how I know, because that is the end of this reading. If you can tell me, talk about bell peppers and paprikas in the comments, because it's nice to know who makes it to the end. Anyways, thank you so much for allowing me to do this for you. I really do feel like the water essence is going to be very good for you too. Like I actually have where did it go? It's all the way over there. But I have this like essential oil water mix that I fueled with the moon energy. Full moon energy is highly recommended. I honestly don't recommend doing it during eclipse season as well as other astrologers suggest, but trust your intuition, okay? Like this is just optional guidance because you are the one who calls the shots, right? Take your own advice. But I recommend like the water and just like speaking to it and being, nice and connected to the water spirit. But yeah, if you'd like to book a personal, please go ahead and email me. It is in my bio, psychichai@gmail.com. But other than that, I'm sending you so much love, so much respect.